Derbyshire on top with Madsen ton. Derbyshire are still desperate for a first win, and this is their final opportunity. Sussex's recent fortunes have been similar since the divisional stage started. Their young side has impressed in patches, but it's been put to the sword too often. The visitors won the toss, and with one eye on what Middlesex did here a few weeks ago, decided to bat first. And Derbyshire got off to a rollicking start, scoring at more than a run a ball, some early bowling sloppy, and there to be taken advantage of. They had a 50 partnership from just 49 balls, after just 35 minutes together at the crease. Godalming and Kame refused to slow down. They pushed on and started to think about triple figures after a little more than half of the first session. With the score on 89, Sussex made inroads. Kame out LBW for 45 off 50 balls. And Crocombe soon had another, Deploy unable to get off the mark before he skewered one to Ibrahim. Madsen made sure his side would have 3 figures on the board with a boundary off Ibrahim, up to the mark off a little more than 20 overs. And he was still there when they reached lunch. The score 125 for 2, captain Billy Godalming unbeaten on 41, and his side off to a flyer. They didn't rattle along at quite the same pace after the break, but with a good start already behind them, 150 wasn't far away. And neither were the personal milestones. Godalming was the first to get there, up to a half century off a patient 124 balls, with a single down to third man. Madsen took almost half as long to get there, his 50 up in the next over, only 71 required for the number 4. With a 50 in his back pocket, Godalming had to go. Sussex struck through Jamie Atkins, the captain out for 52. Critchley joined Madsen at the crease and promptly picked up where his captain had left off. He and Madsen ticked the score along nicely, up to 200 in little time, and it wouldn't be long before they were on the cusp of a 50 partnership. The number 5 took them to that mark with a boundary before the break. Derbyshire up to 244 for 3 at tea. It was another good session for the visitors. The score was 250 after the break, Madsen taking them to the mark with a single before Critchley freed his arms to the young Sussex spinner. 2 sixes in an over sent soaring over the leg side as he closed in on 50. 2 on the pull off Atkins took him to his half century off 111 balls, another fine knock from the all-rounder. He was swiftly followed by Madsen, who with 3 through the covers found his way to a well-made century, the 32nd of his career, and the shot took his partnership with Critchley to 3 figures at the same time. Critchley then took Derbyshire to 300 when Rawlins' delivery was pumped to the ropes, another bonus point chalked up off less than 79 overs. The new ball and a bit of superstition did the trick. Madsen out caught in the deep off the bowling of Hunt for a fine 111. Critchley took up the mantle, pushing on and continuing his attacking innings, now with Brooke Guest alongside him. They cruised past 350 and Critchley started to look to 3 figures. But he'd only make it as far as 85, bowled by Atkins, who found a gap between bat and pad. Dahl and Guest took the score to 371 for 5 at the close. Derbyshire's great day by the seaside, over for now, but perhaps another was around the corner. They'll certainly hope so. There's a great chance for them to put on a match-winning score tomorrow, but Sussex will be determined not to let them get too far ahead. There's talent in this side, and should it fire, they're certainly still well in this game.